Neal, a convincing victory this afternoon, and could have been a potential banana skin, but particularly that first half, you were ruthless out there.
Yeah, I think my worry was before the game. They've been competitive in all their games. They went one up at Wealdstone, so the big concern was if the game was 0-0 for quite a while, it gives them hope, something to cling on to. Like in the game at their place, we missed a couple of chances early, and then they had something to cling on to and defend. But I thought the first goal, I walked over to Quinny after he scored and said, "What a goal that is!" When you watch that back, if it was Premier League, they'd be raving over it. And then the second goal was probably even better. And then we had another great chance that could have been even better. So when we went forward with pace and movement and penetration, I thought we looked exceptional. And then we had a spell for 15 minutes where we tried to slow the game down and play out from the back and invited a press, and they probably had a couple of overhit passes from being in on goal and come away from being what we was good at. But overall, some really good goals and a professional performance.
Yeah, obviously the 4 come in the first half, but could have been 7 or 8. But particularly, was it pleasing that build-up play that led to the goals?
Yeah, we've worked hard before the Bromley game in the new year. We look at our stats and try and take something from it, and we know we've got a really good clean sheets record, but we was looking at the expected goals and the clear cut chances we were creating, and we felt that we could improve on it. So we've done loads of work on the training field. We had loads of clear cut chances at Bromley, loads last week and again today, so that part's been pleasing, and we just got to be even more ruthless than we was today, because I think Dallow, it's the first time I've ever looked at a player and thought he could have had 5 or 6 before half time.
Yeah, and how it can change for a player, particularly in the last 2 weeks, 8 goals in 2 games, and going forward this second half of the campaign, he can be a real crucial player to us, as we mentioned last week.
Yeah, him and Newts. Newts has been struggling pre-Christmas with a toe that's been on his left foot, that's been killing every time he struck a ball, and you could see it was affecting his training and affecting him, and he's had an injection, and that's miles better, so he's looked a lot more at it in training, back to himself, and he's going to be a big part. Obviously we've got Runes, Dallow, Joe's chipped in with goals. We're trying to get Ozzy really up to match speed. We've tried, there's 2 90s on the trot now, so because we know what an influential player he is. We've got the players here, we just need to keep the minds strong, because as you can see at the top end, it's relentless at the top end of that table.
Yeah, particularly when he tried to get a hat-trick, a couple of chances went missing, but kept his head up, and once he gets the third and fourth, and you can see the 5th away, took it round the defending keeper. Confidence there, wasn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. And the key with Dallow is Dallow's got great movement and he penetrates really well. So me and Quinny, we've played him as a forward. We wanted to look at him today off the right. Last week we looked at him off the right and he scored his goal. So we want to be flexible with our systems, whether it's 4-3-3, 4-4-2, 3-5-2. We can play them all. But it's pleased me that Dallow and Newts can play in them wide positions as well, and they've given us all sorts of options.
Yeah, going into half time, I guess the message would have been more of the same, and it can always be difficult when you're that far in front. Was that the message, just to keep doing what you were doing?
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed with that 15-minute spell in the first half where we didn't use our brains. They were pressing us, they were winning it in the middle third and looking like they could break on us, and we kept sort of doing it and then doing it and then doing it. And I just said to them, every time you've penetrated and played beyond that initial press, you've opened them up. So just keep doing that. And I wanted them to be relentless for the first 20 minutes of the second half. Be relentless, try and go and get a 5th and a 6th and run them into the ground. And that's, to be fair, we did it well. And as the game wore on, the game got a little bit tired and stretched.
But just finally, we know it was a big week anyway with the 3 games, and this sets us up nicely now for a trip to Torquay, who are going well at the moment.
Yeah, they're in good form, and Gary Johnson's teams are always strong, and particularly at home. So it's going to be a tough one. We knew that this week, 2 home games, we've always fancied ourselves at home, but the one in the middle is the one that we want to try and make sure we get something from.